Hey guys, it's AraleDBS bringing you a deck update. It's not technically a new deck, but it's a completely different build compared to the mono yellow ape deck that I have. It's you can see how I made it better just because of the leader. This leader is just too good. Frieza. If nobody knows what it does, which everybody should know what it does, is when you play an extra card before you play it, you reveal it, you reduce its cost by 1. And you add a card from your life to your hand, and then you play for 1 less cost. So if it costs like 1 blue, it costs nothing, you just add a life and play it for free. And when you awaken, when you're 4 life or less, draw 2 cards. So same effect on this side, but instead of reducing it by 1, you reduce it by 2 and add a card from your life to your hand. And basically, you play free stuff, basically, at the cost of your life. And when he attacks, you draw a card. So after a leader, Mega Freeze it. Good leader. Too good. Alright, so on to it. We run 4 King Vegetas. This card is just really good. The fact that in this version you can actually bring it out turn 2 or even turn 1 if you're open up really broken. So when you play it, you search your deck for an ape, a great ape, 5 or less, cost of 5 or less, and add it to your hand. But you usually only add the when you usually play him first, if you don't already have the big king in your hand, you just add the 5-drop King Vegeta great ape. Next, we are playing 3 Unbreakable Super Saiyan Son Goku. So this card, you never charge it. You only combo as it because it's basically super combo. I'm basically running 7 super combos in the deck. So this card skill is, I'll just say the whole skill. So evolves for 2 red, 1 anything on top of a Son Goku GT. And it has barrier. And when a card evolves into this card, or if you combo as this card, you draw a card. And so, hence he's a Saiyan. King Vegeta makes Saiyans in your hand regardless of color. Reduces the cost by 1, so basically they just become free super combos as soon as you do it. Next, we are running 4 Energy Power Gold things. This card is really mean, really nasty. I hate playing against it. So when this card attacks a leader card, your opponent discards a card, so even if they negate it, even if they block her, since it already declared attack declaration on the leader, they still discard a card regardless of what they try to do. And what's really nice too is that you can bring it out with Sugesh because it's a 3-drop, and you usually never charge it, but even if you do have to charge it, it doesn't really matter because it only requires 1 green, which is really dumb. Same with King Vegeta. King Vegeta only requires 1 yellow, which is super insane. Next we have Sugesh. Sugesh is just really good. Just makes plays in your hand even better. So when you're a 4 life or less, when you combo as this card, it gets plus 10,000 power, and then you can choose up to 1 Saiyan in your hand that's a cost of 3 or less and play it for free. So hence you usually all you're gonna play this or King Vegeta, and you just do other stuff to blow up. Onto the great apes. So I'm still running Tutara, only the Tutaras. I personally like him a lot, just to call him up of March of the Great Apes. I mainly like him for his skill that he can pop things. So basically when you play, you can add or something combo, you place it on top of it. It doesn't go back to that, it just goes back to the same position that it's in. So when a Tori evolves on top of this card, a Great Ape, I believe, you play it on top of him, and then you can KO one of your opponent's rested battle cards. It says choose, but something's gonna bury, something's going. At least if you're playing mirror match, it doesn't matter. It's just a thinking combo. Next we are playing 2 Will of Iron, 2 Bardock Will of Iron. Just a good card. It has double strike blocker, has the same effect as the other generic apes, that when you combo with this card, you can place it on top of a Bardock and evolve it. But you don't use it for that skill, you just use it for the double strike and blocker, which is really insane and really crazy. If I had 2 more, I would probably take him out for, I'll probably take these out, just put these in. It's just 100% better. So I finally got my 4th Prince Vegeta. So just a great card, great mean pressure card. Grade A Prince Vegeta, critical, blocker. So when you play this card or when you combo as this card, you look at the top 3 cards for an ape and add it to for a great ape and add it to your hand, and then you shuffle your deck and shuffle the card back in the deck as well, and then you discard a card. So the thing about him that some people, if you guys didn't know, is that if there is a great ape, you have to add it to your hand. It's not an option. It doesn't say add up to 1 great ape, but it does say look at up to 3 cards on top of your deck. So if you don't feel like whipping or having to force to start a card from your hand, you don't even have to do the effect. Just so you guys can see if I can focus on this. As you can see right there, after it says the top of your deck, choose one grade up in your and add it to your hand. And if you do so, place one card from your hand into drop area and shuffle your deck. So, like I said, the adding effect of grade 8 is mandatory. It's not an option. And for the last battle card, I'm running. I cut it down to 3, just because it's highly searchable. And you're usually gonna charge at least 1 unless you have 2 in your hand. Just because you're only gonna ever bring out 1 throughout the entire game, because it's like super hard to get rid of. Even if they have a Jiren and stuff who pops up, it's super hard to get rid of. So absolute defense, great. Ape King Vegeta. This card is just super nutty. It's super broken. It evolves for 3, which is even dumb. So it's like a Onslaught Rapid Goku dash pack. So it has double strike and it's permanent. All yellow stains in your battle area gain barrier and permanent. Reduce the combo cost of all same cards in your hand by 1. So the only card that doesn't get barrier is the Gotenks. But it doesn't really matter. Even if they attack it, that's good because it's basically bait. So sure, you're gonna attack, discard a card, and your opponent's not really gonna get a plus when you attack their life. And the card is just super mean. And people will waste resources to get rid of this. It's annoying. So those are all the bottom cards. So now we're on to the extra cards. We play quite a few amount of extra cards, but we play a lot of the extra cards because they're pretty good. So we're playing the first best extra card in the deck. Planet Vegeta searches up anything in the deck that isn't him. So, at the end of your turn, switch all your grade 8s to active mode, hence why they all have blocker as well, so it's just super dumb. You can be super aggressive and put something like that. It's just super nice. And when this card is placed into your battle area, you can put 1 stain with energy cost of 4 or less from your deck and add it to your hand. So you can search out the bootleg super combo, the Gotenk, Shugesh, any of the giant apes, except Big King Vegeta. It's just super dumb, super good. Next, you're playing 3 Cold Bloodlust. I was running 4. I'm debating about putting it to 2, just because you only really use like 2 a game, rarely 3, almost never 4 times a game unless you're doing really bad. And then your hand's really bad if you have 4 Cold Bloodlust in your hand. It's just really bad. You're usually going to charge 1 at least, which is, it's okay. So when your opponent plays a card, pay 1 life or pay 1 yellow, and negate the skill for the duration of the turn. And in case anybody didn't know, is that even in the Q&A, so let's say you negate a card and they try to like give it an additional effect, all that skills are still negated. So let's say they try to attack, double strike Champa, the 10,000 will go through, but the double strike will not go through. Next you're playing 3 Flying Nimbus. This card is just super nice, it's super mean, it saves me, it's super defensive. It's just like, sure, I'm gonna negate the attack. Discard 1 yellow, which is perfectly fine. It's a good way to get rid of dead cards in your hand that you're not even planning on using. And then you can only attack with 1 more battle card. So let's say they attack with later, you negate it, they only have 1 attack, and you're just like, okay, blocker. And then you're perfectly fine. Just a super nice card, super good, super good. Next we have the second best deck card, the next best card in the deck, aside from Planet Vegeta, March of the Great Apes. I still have it at 3. I tried it at 4 yesterday, but it became way too clogged and I kept drawing into it way too many times. So this card is just super good. It's basically a 3 cost with Frieza. If you awaken, it's a 2 cost with Frieza, which is super crazy. If you play 2 of these during your game, your same game, you're most likely going to win because your field has you just spit out 4 apes that all have blocker, which is super crazy. So active main, choose up to 2 grade 8 cards with an energy cost of 4 or less from your hand and play them, and then after that you draw 2 cards. So basically you're gonna play like 2 King Vegetas, 2 Prince Vegetas. You can activate their effect just to add more cards, just to filter. And then it just quick create. If you have Planet Vegeta, it's like, okay, boom, you go back to active, I'm fine. So those are all the yellow extra cards. Now we're gonna go with the blue. I'm running 3 Nakas. I was running 4, but like I said, it was getting really cloggy, so I toned down a bit. I was debating about putting more apes, but I've been trying like the Gotenks and the super combo. It's been working out very, very nicely. And obviously we have 4 Senzubins. It's just a good card. It gives you mana back for free for the cost of 1 energy. And then we were playing 4 Objections because I love ramping in this deck. It's just super crazy and your hand size is very enormous. I did get a bit greedy with Frieza yesterday in my tourney. I didn't do that great just because I'm just like, oh my god, I can draw all these cards, all these cards, all these cards, all these cards. But after that's when I had like Ape F4, Nimbus F4, Monaka F4, called Lolas F4. All my hands were like being dead, or were just all dead draws. But after I switched it up, it made it 100% better. It was just same consistency, but I had a lot more defense, like the Go Tanks, like super combos. It was just all super nice. But I really hope you guys enjoyed this update on this deck profile. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. And if you guys like, I can give you an update of my current Vegito deck that I'm having a lot of fun with, and an update of my Beerus deck that I'm having a lot of fun with. Well, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Remember to rate, comment, like, and subscribe. And thanks for watching.